Good morning. Today Wednesday, 16th of September 2015. First, let's look at the paper highlights of today's newspaper. Indo-Lanka trade pact in the offing. Ranil discussed reconciliation and economic ties with Modi. MOU and orbit frequency coordination of satellite for the South Asian region. Closer cooperation of efforts to combat terrorism. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday extended India's support for reforms, reconciliation and progress in Sri Lanka when he met visiting Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe in New Delhi. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. UNHRC probe report out today. The much talked about the report of the investigation mentored by the UN Human Rights Council into the alleged serious violation and abuse of human rights and related crimes by both parties in Sri Lanka during the last stage of the war between the security forces of the LTTE is to be made public today. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. Sayas killing. Police check DNA samples. The police said yesterday the investigation into the killing of 5-year-old Saya Sandevmi of Kotadenia had relevant positive information which would help identify the suspect or suspects involved in this mindless crime. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. Laxman Fuchamura. Former Badulla District MP Lakshman Seneviratna will be sworn in as Member of Parliament to fill the vacancy created by MP Chamara Sampath Disanayaka, who was appointed Uva Province Chief Minister, SLFP General Secretary and Minister Duminda Disanayaka yesterday. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. Kehalia Lalit PB before Persifac today. Former Minister Kehalia Rambukwella, former President Secretary Lalit Veeratunga and former Treasury Secretary P.B. Jayasundara have been summoned to the Presidential Commission of Inquiry to investigate into serious act of fraud, corruption and abuse of power, state resources and privilege today. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. Colombo's drinking water free of arsenic. The Central Environmental Authority yesterday assured there was no arsenic to heavy metals in the drinking water supply to Colombo and the suburbs and requested people to not to panic. Now let's move to the paper highlights of Daily News. PM says government exploring devolution within unitary constitution. Host of issues discussed with Indian Primer. Time-bound solution for fishermen issue. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said his government must look at how power sharing and devolution take place within the constitution within unitary state. At a media briefing in New Delhi, Prime Minister Wickremesinghe said he held discussion with Prime Minister Narendra Modi over a host of issues, such as their program of creating 1 million jobs over the next 5 years. Peace and stability in the region is key to our success. We look at further cooperation between our two countries of permanent agreement to cooperation, economic affairs, trades, investment and also the technology which is essential for development, he said. Prime Minister Wickremesinghe also said the relationship between India and Sri Lanka can reach newer heights. This would give us the opportunity to hold the discussion at length with respect to security matters of combating terrorism, of ensure the security in the maritime areas of Indian Ocean, he added. Another news highlight from Daily News. Chandrani tells media websites stop publishing Saya's picture. Women's and Child Affairs Minister Chandrani Bandara yesterday strongly advised the public and media organizations to stop publishing or sharing pictures or videos of 5-year-old Saya Sandevmi in their newspapers, websites, news bulletin and social network. Another news highlight from Daily News. Ranjan wants death penalty for child rapists. Social Empowerment and Welfare Deputy Minister Ranjan Ramanayake said yesterday he was taking measures to move a motion in Parliament on September 22nd to urge the members to take action to implement. Another news highlight from Daily News. Gamman Pilawoon's indemnity to act protect soldiers from war crimes allegations. An act seeking indemnity will be presented in Parliament to protect soldiers if allegations are raised at the United Nations against the soldiers indicating that war crimes and crime against humanity were committed, Pivithuru Helahurumaya General Secretary MP Udaya Gammanpila said. Addressing the media at the party headquarters yesterday, he said it was the soldiers who brought sustainable peace to the country and they should be protected from the international threats. Another news highlight from Daily News: women attempting to sell infant held. A woman from Samanthure, Kalmunai, attempting to sell her 2-month-old infant daughter near the Sri Dalada Maligava was arrested by Kandy police. The woman, produced before the Kandy Chief Magistrate, was remanded. The magistrate also ordered the police to hand over the girl to the care of the Kandy Children's Home. Investigation revealed the suspect had waited near the Maligava premises the whole day carrying the infant wrapped in a piece of cloth, disregarding her cries in hunger. Another news highlight from Daily News: Manjula Veerakone arrested. Manjula Veerakone, who is said to have been involved in verbally abusing and attempting to assault a Russian diplomat at the Apico car park, Colombo, was arrested by police yesterday. Another news highlight from Daily News: Rathupaswala resident protest at BIA demanding brigadier's arrest. A group of residents of Rathupaswala, led by Venerable Theripe Siridhammathera, staged a protest in Bandaranayake International Airport demanding the authorities to prosecute Brigadier Deshapriya Gunawardena. They alleged the Brigadier Gunawardena had ordered to shoot an unarmed resident in Rathupaswala who demanded clean drinking water in August 2013. Now let's move to the paper highlights from Ceylon today. Sakwiti out on bail. Colombo High Court Judge Manilal Wadiyathilaka yesterday ordered the release of the 4 defendants including Sakwiti Ranasinghe on surety bonds of ₹22 million in case of filed under the 3 charges by the Attorney General for having dealt in financial transaction in violation of the Companies Act of 2007. Those released in bail are Abhay Ranasinghe Mudiyanselage Chandana Veerakumara alias Sakwiti Ranasinghe Jambruttugoda Gamage Kumari. Another news from Ceylon today: Geetha, Swiss or Sri Lankan. Cops begin probe. The Police Special Investigation Unit has commenced as investigation to determine whether UPFA MP Geetha Kumara Singha has recovered her Swiss dual citizenship as claimed by the former screen icon. Another news highlight from Ceylon today: Constitutional Reform Audit Bill. Iran predict a year's delay. The implementation of the National Audit Bill might get delayed because it's scheduled to reach the Parliament and tandem of State Minister of Public Enterprises Iran Vikramasinghe said. Another news from Ceylon today: Magistrate orders reburial of Tajuddin's body. Colombo Additional Magistrate Nishantha Pires yesterday ordered to authorities to send bone samples taken from the body Raghuryat Fazin Tajuddin, who was allegedly brutally murdered, to genetic diagnosis for DNA testing and bury his remains on 18 September at the Jummah Muslim Mosque Cemetery, Dehiwala. We brought you the paper highlights of today's newspaper. We will bring you more tomorrow. Thank you.